I'm single, I'm 35, and quite honestly, I'm lonely.
I'm just so lonely.
I'm so overweighting. Like, when is it gonna be my turn?
I feel like I'm back in that hopeless pit where I'm just like, when's it gonna be my turn? Why is it taking so long?
Why is it so hard to find a guy?
Never having been picked, never having been wanted, never having been desired, as you go through all of these years. 27 years for me, 27 years.
So there's a lot of talk about the male loneliness epidemic, and there's a lot of talk about single childless women being most happiest demographic. But as you can see here, there's a lot of them that still want companionship. Surprise, surprise.
Cannot express in words how badly I want a relationship.
I'm 37. I'll be 38 this year. You know, I don't have any kids. I don't have a boyfriend. I don't talk to anybody. So I'm always alone.
I genuinely question if there is real love left, like, especially in our generation.
It sucks being 32 and single and seeing all your friends get engaged and not even being close to that.
I've been stood up, ghosted, lied to, all in a matter of 3 months.
I hate this shit. Like, what do y'all want me to say? Like, I be in the bed crying every night.
I'm crying because I'm just reflecting on the fact that literally every person in my life has used me and then just throws me out like a piece of trash.
And I'm so tired. Like, I don't want to try anymore.
Where are all the single straight men?
Where are the women pushing 30? Where do we find good men at?
Where are all the single guys that are respectful and educated and want to take care of a woman?
Where are the men our age hiding?
What does it take to find a good guy? Like, I don't understand why it's so hard in your 40s to just find a good person.
I'm starting to wonder where they are. Like, where?
See, what you're seeing right now is modern women who are overconfident in their ability to just pick up a man. What do you hear from modern women? Oh, you can find a man anywhere. Men are the easiest thing to get. But as the years go on, you figure out, oh shoot, I'm still getting duds. I can't really find a good man, the man that I want. Oh shoot, he's married. What do I do now? Panic ensues.
There was one guy that I dated who was so nice, so cute, took me on the best dates, so fun. Like, we had fun. Every single day we had fun. But I did not feel emotionally connected.
It's not that I haven't been on dates, or it's not that I haven't had boyfriends before, but it's more so that I just haven't been wowed.
He could be a good guy, but that doesn't mean that he is good enough for you. That doesn't mean that he is right for you, and you should not have to compromise on your standards or your non-negotiables because he's a good guy.
I am looking for a specific relationship. A specific relationship, how I want it to be. And I am okay with being single if that means I will never get it in my lifetime.
And it wasn't even that I wasn't attracted to him, because he was an attractive guy, but there was just something lacking, and I was able to recognize it quickly.
You didn't really tap into anything, which is why you're still single. There's nothing that you're tapping into but foolishness.
In general, good men are steady and consistent and predictable. It's why, as women, we think you're boring.
I'm just gonna say the quiet part out loud. Most men are mind-numbingly boring.
He's so nice, and he's the guy that I should want. But it's like, I need a little bit of like a, you're going to send me to the psych ward.
When you get treated good, it's kind of like boring. And don't hate me, but I do love toxic. And I don't mean like super bad, but I like some spice in my life.
Because I feel like if a guy is nice, that means he gets no girls. And that's like a turn off.
There's a lot of women that I see with their husbands. It's like, you're gonna spend the rest of your life pretending that that is not the most boring man on earth.
The reason that they have these up and down emotions is they want to see two things. Number one, if you care about them. And number two, how steady and stable are you?
Again, it's just another difference between us, not good or bad or right or wrong, just another difference between us as men and women. As women in general, we like chaos and drama and disruption of routine.
Normal is boring. Normal, safe, stable, secure. It's boring. And they need crazy.
Are you a rock solid kind of guy? Or are you gonna be like all over the place, yo-yoing with her? And see, women don't want a guy who's an emotional yo-yo. I mean, it's all good and fine for them to be emotional yo-yos and up and down and all over the place. Yeah, fine. But a woman hates that in a man. And the problem is that in the West, in Europe and the Americas and Australia and New Zealand, you know, we've been socialized into believing that we have to cater to a woman's emotions. This is a colossal mistake.
Men my age, they don't want this.
The only kind of men that date and marry women that are substantially younger than them are insecure men.
I mean, shit, they're teachable. They're fresh. They're pure. They're naive. They'll listen to us. And here I come with my 44 years of experience and lessons and, you know, my self-worth.
I am 44, and these two men were 40 and 42. And they're the two men that are on my roster that I'm actually interested in, sexually attracted to, interested in intellectually, have great chemistry with, great conversations with. And they both friend-zoned me because they think they might want kids someday.
They don't want a partner. If they wanted a partner, they would seek someone who was closer in their age. They would seek out a peer.
So this is what I'm dealing with men who are my age, out in the dating pool, sniffing around 40-somethings, but might want kids someday. I can't with this nonsense. It's biology. Did we stop teaching that in school?
That's the only tool that modern women have. Signs. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. While they're out there sniffing around looking for the perfect man, which they've missed their opportunity, they then turn and tear down the man like crabs in a bucket.
Tell me I'm wrong. Not every girl cares for a rich man. Not every girl cares for a physically strong man. But every girl would die. We would die for an emotionally, mentally, intellectually strong man. Like, men as the creature that you guys are, you like to chase after things with like an end goal. Like that, you like to work for things. That's how you are, right? But mentally, emotional, and intellectual strength, these are things that there really isn't like an end goal. Like, the world is your oysters with that. And the men that decides and chooses that they want to conquer that area, oh my god, and 9 times out of 10, they're usually really good with their career as well because they know how to compartmentalize. Anyways. Nothing is hotter than emotional intelligence, please.
Yeah, y'all saying that now. But right around the time a man around the corner with all of that emotional intelligence, y'all say you got that. Now do you have 100K? Put on a dash or get out my face.
I don't want to be replaced. I want you to teach me how to love you. I want to learn your ways. I want to learn how to communicate. I want to learn the things that make you feel safe, the things that make you feel loved, and the things that will make us succeed in our relationship. I know that you are my person. And for that reason, I want to do the work. I want to stay here. I want to work on it. As long as this remains healthy and we remain evolving individuals, I want to stay here. So teach me your ways. Teach me how your brain works, how I can communicate with you better, the things that I can do to make sure that I always make you feel safe. I'm not saying I'm going to be perfect, but I'm saying that I'm willing to try.
About dating divorced men. No woman is divorcing a good man, especially when they have kids together. Yes, a lot of people grow apart and it's mutual, but the majority of the time she's divorced him for a reason. And whatever he has done to her, he's going to do to you.
Well, we know from some of the video clips out there that there are women actually talking about divorcing a good man. Most notably, the lady who is 32, husband's doing everything that he needs to do, adapting to her, and she's still talking about a divorce.
If I go on one more date, if I have one more encounter with a man in his early 30s telling me that what he's looking for is a hustler, that he's looking for a queen to build an empire with, to be hustling for the next 5 years, I'm officially tapping out, because what y'all don't get is us girlies in our early 30s, we've been hustling. We fell victim to the girl boss shit, and we was girl bossing for the last decade. We went to school, we started our businesses, we bought houses, we've been doing this shit on our own. We've been on our independent woman shit. And you talking to me about hustling another 5 years? My mans, I'm trying to have some babies. And you want me out here working too and hustling? You got me fucked up.
It's funny because they want to pick the time that they retire, and they haven't even worked hard enough to earn their retirement. But then they want the man to continue working himself to the bone.
Us chronically single friends don't get enough credit. Everyone's like, no, you'll find someone eventually. But what about now? What about when I'm around all my friends and I'm seeing all this beautiful love, craving that, wishing I could have that, a simple like hand holding or a kiss on the cheek or the forehead, but I can't. It's the constant bad dates. It's the constant looking. It's the constant like, oh, is this the one? Imagining a future with like all these different people. Honestly, I'm not even sure if I ever will find someone. Being the chronically single friend it takes a toll. I don't really talk too much about it because it just hits home a little too hard. I would love to find my person. I would. But I refuse to be with the wrong person. So I'm taking my time. But in the meantime, it's like seeing a couple walking down the street and they're holding hands and just giggling and laughing, or, you know, you see all of the small things that we have to see day to day, and we wish that that could be us. We absolutely do. I'd love for someone to hold my hand. I would love for someone to just know that like they're there for me and I'm there for them. To have that one person that's like your best friend and just knows everything and understands you. That rock, that foundation, having that love there. And then sometimes I wonder, well, what if this is it? This is life. This is my life. Maybe this is what's in the cards for me.
So I matched with this guy, Brian, on Hinge. He wants to take me out. That's nice. I said, maybe we should FaceTime first. Great. We have a FaceTime date. I brush my hair, I put on a nice shirt. I feel that's the bare minimum. We get on FaceTime. He is shirtless in bed with his arm behind his head like some fucking player. I instantly saw him and sometimes you just know. Sometimes it's just a no. And so I was like, oh, hello, you're shirtless. He said, oh, I don't like wearing clothes when I'm in bed, but I'm sure you like that, right? And no, I just kind of laughed it off. I figured, will we forgive this? I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna get through this. He proceeds to talk for the next 29 minutes. How do I know? Because I timed it. He didn't come up for air once. Not once did he leave a pause for effect, ask a question, let anything digest. For 29 minutes, he talked about he's a surgeon, he saves lives every day, he's up for a promotion, he's buying a house, he is moving to a city where you get fined if you cut down a tree. And I have never seen such reckless verbosity and peacocking from anyone in my life. Maybe this is my judgment. Maybe some of you are into that. Not me, not this bitch. 29 minutes in, I'm out. I was trying to come up with a way to get out of there. I wanted my evening back. I wanted my life back. So I was thinking, like, what are the excuses I could come up with? Like, what do I do? I've never done it. I've never been in this position before. I don't like do dates. I somehow always meet people in person and things evolve that way. Anyways, so I said, just tell him the truth. So I fucking did. I took a deep breath and I was like, excuse me, Brian, I don't mean to, excuse me, can I interrupt you? And he seemed really startled. He was like, oh yeah, what? I said, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed right now. And I was kind of expecting a little more like back and forth and, to share more about myself. And it just doesn't seem like it's gonna be a fit for me, so I don't want to waste our time. And he was very surprised and very upset. And I thanked him for his time. I said, thank you, sir, goodbye. And we hung up. And I gotta tell you, that did something for me. I mean, I'm definitely like want to have a good, healthy relationship, but I'm also like, fucking bring it on, universe. Send me all the fuckheads and I will tell them off. I will tell them the truth. I will save all these future women so much time by just saying, leave some space. Ask a question. Am I wrong? Tell me.
I mean, well, the guy's a surgeon, so he knows pretty much I can get away with this this behavior. Really, what you probably were to him was a booty call, honestly and truly. And you did right by getting off the phone, because that's exactly what he was probably setting you up to be. The guy can be a Chad or a Tyrone, and he can answer the phone really any way he wants to. Should he? Probably not. But like I said, this man is a surgeon, so he really didn't do a whole lot to his ego.
Reality is that social media has changed things, and it's changed things for men and women, because I've even had male friends, male family members who are both Muslim and non-Muslim say that they are more likely to get a response from a girl through a DM, let's say on Instagram, than a positive feeling from necessarily approaching women, which is interesting. I'm always interested to know how men feel about it, because I agree with you, like the concept of being approached in public is much nicer and feels so much more organic than apps or DMs. But I also have heard, and this is just my experience from guys that I've spoken to, say, we see the TikToks of girls being like, when I'm in the gym, I'm there to train, don't disturb me, don't approach me. And they're like, oh, maybe she really doesn't want to be approached. Or if I'm out shopping on the weekend and I say hi to someone, I don't want her to feel, uncomfortable, or that I'm being scary or threatening in any way. So it's a tricky line as far as what I've learned from men. The huge caveat is obviously if a guy is going to approach a girl in public, to do so politely. But I've literally seen it. Actually, at university, me and my friends were hanging out. We all went for Thai food after class. And one of our friends, he had a crush on the waitress who was in the restaurant. So we were all standing outside the restaurant after, like hesitant to leave or not, because he hadn't spoken to her. And me and my girlfriend, we literally said to him, you have to go in. Like, we are girls. We are telling you it is okay. We literally said to him, just tell her like, hi, I think you're beautiful. Like, I'd love to get your number and catch up. So go for coffee or dinner sometime. And he did. And she literally said to him, she said, oh, I'm so sorry, I have a boyfriend, but like, you were so polite. So she even did give him that like kudos for being polite. But I've also seen with other best friends, them approach a girl and her be really horrible, even though I know they were so polite to her. So it's tricky, guys. I feel like there are issues on both sides. If girls want to be approached, I feel like we want to be approached respectfully. But we have to also acknowledge that men do fear rejection. I would fear rejection. I mean, the thought of going up to someone is intimidating. But I would do it, honestly. I'm just a confident person. But as a girl, sometimes you just don't want to have to do that. It doesn't feel very feminine or you just want to be the one that's chased. But I give grace to guys for also not feeling like they want to approach people anymore. And I do think that social media has changed things. I think in some ways it connects us, in some ways it totally disconnects us. We are all on the tubes, on our phones. Actually, I met this incredible woman at a beauty event recently for work, and she was telling me about the story of how she met her husband. And she said, we both got onto the train and we were sat opposite each other. And she said, neither of us were on our phones. I think it was he was reading a book. And she just said something to him about the book that he was reading, and kind of like made it known to him that she would be okay to talk. And that was literally it. That was how they met. And then she said it was like an instant connection, and now they're married.
Well, once again, I think that just the being rude is what it is. I mean, rejection is one thing, but then you add humiliation. Some of these women are talking so loud. I was in the store today returning something, and the woman was just going off. And you had people looking back and looking around like, what's going on? The cashiers are looking around. You had to get a manager around there to deal with the situation. That's how men feel when women are talking crazy to them, despite them being nice and polite to the woman. Like, hey, if you guys are going to continue doing this, I'm going to stay away from you guys. You guys really said that you didn't want to be approached. I know you said that, but I thought maybe it was kind of half and half, and I take my chances. But if you're saying that none of you guys want to be approached, let me stay away.
Good morning. I have a couple questions. Maybe y'all can help me out. Here in Florida, since I just moved here about 4 months ago, men are very different. They don't court you. Whatever happened to flowers and phone calls and good morning babe and good night babe and let's go get lunch or breakfast, or hey, do you want to go look at the sunset? I don't fucking know. But that's gone now. Men don't do that. It's you gotta be the man, and that's so unattractive when you gotta pull out your masculine energy because the dude is too soft. It's wake up, dudes. Be a man. Build something. I don't know. I'll cook. You build. I mean, on a date, take the lead. I don't understand. It's situationships all day long. It just, it's so unattractive. I don't get it. Can somebody explain it? Or is it me? I don't know. I don't know. Let me know.
So I have a theory that the men on Hinge are actually weird and have no game, and that's why they're on the apps, because they feel more comfortable talking behind a computer than approaching you in real life. Because 9 out of 10 times I don't even think I've been on 10 Hinge dates, but my point to say 90% of the time I've gone on a Hinge date, I feel the person is very weird, or just on the nerdier side at least, and they don't have that kind of suave, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you know what I'm saying? I feel the crowd on the apps are generally the guys that have trouble approaching women in real life, because the men that I've gotten approached by in real life are usually cooler than the ones I've met on apps, or at least know how to approach women. They might not be the best looking, but they have the game, as in they can come up to you, oh my gosh, hey, what's up, blah blah blah. They might not be Mr. Brad Pitt or anything, but they have enough confidence and enough game to approach you. Does that make sense? Where I feel the app are the guys that never would come up to you at a bar. Does that make sense?
So I just had a thought. I'm somebody who doesn't get approached in public by men, right? And for the longest time, I wondered, why is that? But it just dawns on me. It's because I'm perfect. Oh, I'm too perfect. Just gorgeous and beautiful and all those good things. What do you even say to somebody like me when you see me in public? Somebody so ethereal and otherworldly. Men probably see me in public and think their schizophrenia is acting up. They're hallucinating. And before you comment and say anything no, it's because you're so big and tall and you don't have any fucking hair and you're kind of masculine looking. Don't. I'm not hearing any of that. I'm dead set on being fucking perfect and unapproachable and unattainable. That's all it is, for real.
What's kind of surreal and sad about this is that I think, if I'm correct, this young lady passed away. She went in for a routine surgery. I don't know if it was cosmetic or plastic surgery or something like that. But I think relatively recently, it's 2025, maybe a couple of months ago, I ran across her page, ran across one of her videos, and I went to her page, and that's what they said. And so you're looking at stuff, and you have to wonder, if it was plastic surgery, I think that's what they said. She went under, and she just never woke back up, and there were some complications or something. I might be getting the story, all of the details, the finer details incorrect, but that's essentially what happened. And so you listen to this type of stuff, and you just wonder if it was something that she was trying to undergo to kind of be perfect, to kind of, look a little bit better, or to maybe improve on herself. We know DC Young Fly's, I don't know if it was his fiance at the time or they were still technically boyfriend and girlfriend, but they have 3 children. And she went in to, I think, do a mommy makeover. She was working on Wild 'N Out, the Nick Cannon show on MTV. I don't know if it's on MTV anymore, but she was working on that show as one of the showgirls or whatever, and met DC Young Fly. They had a couple of kids. She stopped working. Really, really beautiful woman, I think. I think her name was Jackie O. And, you know, she went in to do the mommy makeover because she was talking about getting back out there and working again. And that was her ticket, I guess you would say. And she just, you know, complications once again, and something happened and she never came out of the operating room, I think is what happened. And, you know, you hear stuff like that. And like I said, it's more of the improvement, more of the perfection, and what society has pushed on some of our young ladies, and some of what they have bought into. I need to do this. I need to get this done. I want to do this because I feel like I love myself, but I want to improve. I want to be better. And this is one of the ways that I think that I can do it. I can see if you lost a lot of weight and so you got a lot of extra skin, and that's something that you want to kind of take off and improve. But, you know, I guess it's the same thing. If you're, you know, kind of doing a little bit here and a little bit there to your nose and other parts of your body. But, you know, this stuff is unfortunate and it's tragic to see it, especially with her talking about this and reviewing this video. So rest in peace.